Finally, a good fucking game. Sorry. Hello Kyomu. Hello Dominic. Hello anybody else in chat. I hope you're doing well. I've been waiting to play this game for a while. I got a game a couple months ago, I think. No. Steam Summer Sale. Anyways. Hope you all are doing good. W-Law game. I mean, I played the original, the first trilogy, the first remastered trilogy on stream. And I've been told Apollo Justice is good. Wow, they really went all out with the animations. We're just trying to resize my screens. Anyways, how's everybody been doing today? Just been chilling? Nice. Why would you do that to yourself, Kiyomo? Showdown time. You lose. That's very Kiyomo. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Yeah, 420 bros. I'm sorry. I'll end stream. The joke gets funnier every time. Sorry, I hope I'm not coming down with something. I'll have to do Canada eventually. Just let me know where. I'll tell you if it's a good area. Panicked, palm sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Good morning. Good morning, sir. How the fuck do you get your hair to fucking spiral like that? You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No. I'm loose. I'm fine. Sorry. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 AM to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. Probably could be close to Montreal or Quebec. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. Today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Whoa. Phoenix? Good, morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So you're fine. I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. He's your friend, so why... You'll see. Huh? You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you, It's time. Shall we? Oh, thanks, puppet. Yes, sir. Must be Phoenix, right? Setback. Okay, I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. How's the game volume, guys, by the way? The court is now in session. Jesus Christ, what is that hair? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine. Ready, Your Honor. Mind going, bank. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor? I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. So it is Phoenix, okay. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further, then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne? To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. God, I can't wait to punch him in his face. Ah, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him. Wham. On the head. Smack. Killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was... pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright. A pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Or wine, as normal people would call it. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is... okay, I've already... The victim was a customer at this restaurant. I just wanted to skip the tutorial. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow? I believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. He had some sort of connection with the defendant? That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. No? Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Objection! It is true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. It was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs, wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women. That will be our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. We'll testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Remember where we play and the competition and there are the club's main attractions. Rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano? Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. First, that's... Bullets where? Sorry, it's a figure of speech test. I tried skipping some of it, thinking it was a tutorial, but no. Figure of speech justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. But you've never done one yourself. Okay, yes, I have. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons press and present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright? As if. Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. Looks like he's done like a fuck ton of weed. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Yes, by trade. You can hardly play? Well, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Ball Club? Oh, I'm glad they added a little, like, where are you in this thing? Our real job is to take on interested. Okay. They pay you just to play? Poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all. Bah. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yes. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? He has fewer chips. As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? Remember we play, and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. Remember the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Ball Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. It's Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. Smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, Lagoon keeps watching this small window. Oh, that's a window, okay. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had few other tricks to it. It was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Two decks of cards, though. 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards is red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker, you make 5-card hands. You can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It's a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Pedants, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred. Ironic son, so far so good, Gumbo. I have not fucked anything up. You claim no connection to the crime? Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Ugh. Clearly let that one slip by. Why did Phoenix Wright kill someone? Because... I don't know. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir. Right. There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. I played silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. It's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? No? Something you said didn't ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now what was it? When you figure it out, I suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. Are you going to apply for the Embark Content Creator Program? Probably. Contradiction of Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. Get more information, don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time's listed. I can actually look at the evidence. It's cool.
Objection!
Oh, I got an achievement for that. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle? Right? That's what I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Hee. I do not like that face you just made. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway. What's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't... Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted. And there can only be one reason for that. Yes. Brain someone with the bottle. Ugh. I am no voice actor. Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it that reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement, 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. Gotta use the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see. And this is the phone that made the call? Used by defendant to notify the police. Okay. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Dude is high as fuck. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. Better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client for enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. Prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. So he's a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear if any horns point in your direction in this court. This court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you're sure it is okay. Now, the prosecution... But wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. I'm employed as a waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Oh, she's Russian. Then why the camera? Of course it is my pride to serve borscht at his naming restaurant. What else perform, how is it said? Other service. Did this game really go into that territory? I take it one of those other services is taking the customer's pictures? Da. Like for example this one. That's the defendant? Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in a white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed. That is the victim. Order. Order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. In the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually. I thought borscht was supposed to be hot. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Oh. Yeah. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. What am I thinking of? No. The court will casually accept this new evidence. Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout? It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Okay. Is room where murder took place. What? The look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Orders will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. Victim Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orly, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about that night's events. That night, the customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on the lock. He plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Oh, well, there you go right off the bat. It's fucking smacking him. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice? If we can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose case in my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips as they lay the very moment of the crime. The handed chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Yeah, I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, that seems that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. I'm immediately gonna fucking smack her. Give me a second.
Hold it!
It's already 8 ball. How could it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to... Wait, did I make the emote like I thought I was going to be? Yeah. I added that earlier. Oh, sake.
Objection!
Oh, what? Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh, fuck's sake. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. You sure about that? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Justice. God damn it, we're already... Fuck. Yeah, that don't go so well. Alright. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? Ah, I am doing this. Customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. Is my work. Good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Welcome to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. The man is saying there's no counter to the APS chart, like they just don't. Wow, really? Okay, I gotta see this shit. Why? I love how he's like saying APS is way too strong, and then the guy above him is just an afro. Oh boy. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. You can tell he's a CL40 main, though. Actually, no, Gumbo was good. The guy after Gumbo called him a dumbass. Gumbo, you posted there. You posted a reply. So do you think you... I should be too. Alright, Gumbo, it was nice knowing you. So do I have to still start looking for another mod? His locket? I believe it was his good luck charm. Duh. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. Defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course, I knew that. There's probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. Probably Gumbo. No, a locket's a locket. Doesn't matter. It's considered bad form to poke fun of the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding? So what happened next? Then lesson is done, but something terrible has happened.
Hold it!
Something terrible. Eek! The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. Oh, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. That man threw the victim instead of strangling him to death. The defendant would never do such a thing. Eek! Well, now I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Should I say something? I feel like I should say something stupid. Yeah, I see that. I personally don't think the flamethrower needs a range extension. Just on the topic of what that guy said. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? Perhaps it's because the penance has lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir, leave it to me. Only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, I've got you now, Orly. What? Oh, it's because of the fucking autopsy.
Objection!
Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Yeah, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. This paper says you're a bitch. It actually, and you said it actually talks, Gumbo? What's the voice like? Is it grating? Yeah. Miss Orly, really now? Did you witness the crime? Eek! That was actually skilled. What did you catch? You hear when I'm tugging out in the middle of a battlefield? Okay. Looking at this picture, it seems like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. In fact, that it was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. He's fucking bald. Well, it's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. But he has no locket. But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim in his neck. Oh, really, Miss Orly? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. Seems we should continue this cross-examination. What do you mean, discovery? There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. You didn't say anything about hitting before. So sorry. I must be forgetting this, duh. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. Oh, duh. In-law discovery refers to the pre-trial phase where parties and lawsuit gather information from each other. Involves exchanging relevant documents, taking depositions, and using other methods on. Ah, I see, okay. No, that doesn't exist in this fucking universe. Oh man. Yeah, my tracker does just not want me to stand up straight. Is my chat being funky? There we go. Makes me look like I'm up straight a little bit. That clears the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim and then changed his mind. He chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Guess that sums it up nicely. So he strangled them, then hit him. Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. Only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and... Mr. Wright isn't the killer. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking stupid? Okay, so nothing different. Not sure what to do. I hate to say, try this one. Fuck. Do I present here?
Objection!
Fucking finally. I was on the right track, wrong spot. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on the locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. You see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? We're about to believe this witness testimony as is. Then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets just don't disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off. Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. Okay. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say. Yes? I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. The X-Ray has a daughter? Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? He confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't... Further test... God damn it, why can't I stop? Oh my god. Sorry. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Thanks, Gumbo, I appreciate you. Duh. The game began with 3,500 point and chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, was the victim. The last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, the defendant grabs bottle from table and... Indeed, looking at this picture, does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. Common tale, but true. He thinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hadn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Are those the usual starting points? Were there any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. Each man begins with 3,500 points, and the total would be exactly 6. No, 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. Not even long division. Most chips come in small and come in two sizes, small and large.
Hold it!
Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Duh. Of course. Who's fishy with these chips? Should I press harder? Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? God, I hate his voice and his face. Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip of the old block. Not a motorcycle cover. Thanks. Now that I pressed her, I'd better ask her something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yet, as I've been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, duh. Justice. Sir. Don't you find her comments interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does this one... Spanish pointed to it, yes. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind. Duh, Your Honor. One kind of chip is worth 100 points, the other kind is worth 1,000. Two kinds in all.
Hold it!
Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, put the court in favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. You're not in kindergarten. Yeah, sorry, I'm fine. Better think of something to ask. Quick. The two types of chips. The small ones are 100 and the big one's 1,000. Right? Right, of course. Ha. Don't waste our time. Is that all? Yeah. Mr. Gavin made me stop her. Now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me. For fuck's sake. I kinda want to punch this guy in the face. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction to the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on and try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all. Calculation? So what if this is 1,000 and this is 100?
Objection!
You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. Seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at this picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake. Could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. The combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, Look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points, the small chips are worth 100. And you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Is this the Pursuit theme? Oh, I feel like it's not. Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. All the chips are indeed shown in this photograph. There can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000, not the big ones. Madness. Utter madness. Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Oh. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant, 4,100 points. Well now, seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Eek. Was that a lobster that she catches? I don't think there's supposed to be any seafood in borscht. Order. Order. It appears the defendant has lost his motive. Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether... excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. Cheat? You don't mean... a trick? Wait, or do you mean... a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in the last hand. That's why game ends with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. But it couldn't have, because don't they alternate decks? Last hand, both men had a full house. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Look at both men's hands. She's... oh, wait, hold on. I was gonna say, I thought that would have been like... Next moment, games becomes argument. The defense trick was exposed. He took bottle in hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley. Why did you not tell the court from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, time to throw back the covers. Full House is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone was enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker? Can't say this bode well for your case, or career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms one pair, two pair, and three of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. Two pairs of the same number makes a pair, and three makes a three of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with one pair, and one three of a kind. That's a full house. Doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? I used to play a variant of poker online. It's called 7-Card Stud. I actually kind of enjoyed that version. It's slightly different, or like, I don't want to say more difficult, but it was fun. Maybe one day I'll play poker on stream. You can see each player's hand in this photo. Oh, they both have full houses. You forget, there's an easy way to make a full house. And go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Ahem, the defense may cross-examine the witness. He did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? How hard is it to make a full house anyway? It's quite hard, It's making a pair and three of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3. Very difficult, but it is not impossible. Not even that hard. I've done many full houses in my time. Okay, full house, hard. This line of questioning, always a time. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. 4 of each card, you say? Yeah, there's 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It's an interesting fact that this number 4 comes from the number of seasons. Oh, you don't say. And did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? All the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year. That's actually interesting. Huh. You don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year. All in a deck of cards. It's actually wild. Never have known that. Oh, you don't say. I'm gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. You look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. How was it clear? Ah, well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Perhaps I should say, a hand. God damn it, Vimo. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony, without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. I only see 4 aces. Am I blind?
Objection!
I guess I'm not blind. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Press R. Why, it's here, of course. It's where? Where is that you're pointing? Where, good question. I've already heard today on the dangers of bluffing. Sorry, Your Honor. What? Oh, do I have to point directly at the aces?
Take that!
What? Oh, it's because she said 3 aces, 2 kings. Fuck's sake. Mr. Orley, you said in your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. As you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's his 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. Two aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It is true, I have seen it, the 5th ace. It was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying, as she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps might we examine the actual cards? Cards? Mr. Payne. Yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this to evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? These cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Which of these hands is more suspicious? I want to see the victim's hand. I feel like the victim was subtly cheating. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. B and M. Okay. Okay, I can use the scroll wheel too. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Hey? Hey? That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. What was that, Miss Orley? Yeah. I mean, I merely said, duh. I have... Your Honor? Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean... This witness, Miss Orley. He's the cheater. A professional at a wager. Order. Order. Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, whoa, buddy. Whoa. I mean, of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, it's Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Oh, is this the... Oh, this is the pursuit theme. Ooh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean... The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means... I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Eek! Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor, it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means... This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. Prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Objection!
Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Damn it, Wright. Think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent. Or they're ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks of the club have different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why are these different colored backs? If we use the same color, the two decks might get mixed. You used still different colors, they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone had said something about the blue cards. Whatever. In the end, one card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet this card raises two serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped? What if it was during the murder? Like, there was a kerfuffle and all the cards were on everywhere. Well, weren't they swapped during the murder? During the murder? Tell me, exactly when is that? Huh? Oh, the very moment of the act, I guess. Would that be the moment the cards were shown? Perhaps the moment when the cheater was revealed. Maybe the very moment the bottle came down on Mr. Smith's head. Could I have a moment? That moment could cost you this case. Sorry, let me rethink this. When? Okay, so it wasn't during. After would implicate tampering. It would have to be before, wouldn't it? Because she said it was, like, dealt. Well, it must have happened before the murder. I mean, during the game? I wonder. Huh? Why? Think, when you're playing poker, which side of the cards face your opponent? Back. That's something the poker head of courtroom 3 would be likely to miss. So let me think about this some more. Okay, so it has to have you after then. Perhaps it happened after the murder. What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Objection!
Yes, but tell me. How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's still a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh? Even when the backs of cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah. Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight onto crazy. Ask again. What's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Oh, indeed, that's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question that must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendants, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue card? Someone else. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly, either. Well, what are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Okay, fuck's sake. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. If the card was swapped in the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking about how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. The one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orly. Then who was it? Yeah, well, that is a question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that indeed after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know the Apollo Hill Justice. How's it going, newbie? Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Person replaced the fifth ace with a king. He's such a handsome man. I haven't seen enough of him yet to make my own claim. He is slightly dashing, I will give it that. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew is that the game had been won with a full house. They picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of the fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? Yeah, wasn't it Gavin who said he was there? Not so normal about Ace Attorney. I mean, it's a good game. A good series. How's the Phoenix jump scare? I mean, it was surprising, and it's surprising that he has a daughter. That means Phoenix Wright fucks. I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials. Ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. This is a fucker. It fucks. Problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. I want to get this beginner case done this stream at least. I don't know how much longer I got. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. Suddenly claimed there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysterious. It's... Oh, I disabled the right click. Why am I still allowed to right click? This is longer than the other intros, but sweet enough. Okay. Is it much longer or no? Actually, I have a history now. Unless that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't changed. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice. Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Hey? You see, poker's all about reading your opponents. Guitar for Trilogy, that's DL6. Yeah. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. But what was Dahlia's one? Also, I really hope that they make another Phoenix Wright game and they bring back some of the people that have been imprisoned. Like, I want Phoenix Wright to be fucking happy with, it's not Dahlia. Who's the other one? Who's the other twin? Iris, yes. I want Phoenix to get together with Iris because that ending of Trials, was it Trials and Tribulations? I think it was Trials and Tribulations. Fucking broke my heart. I want to see Phoenix Wright fall in love and like, justice for Iris. Like that. Not gonna lie, Chief, that shit hurted. And that way it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Oh fuck, it's why did I put an autoplay? Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. This case is so confusing the first time you play it. I mean... Yeah, it's a little bit more complex than the original trilogy's first cases, but I think I'm getting it. Also, newbie, I still just want justice for Iris. My heart needs mending. It fucking broke on that. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. And we'll continue it now. Jesus, that's a jingle. Court will now reconvene. Apollo Justice is my favorite of the 6 mainline games. I think you've said that before. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Unfortunately, it's the shortest. Oh. That's alright. I look forward to playing the other ones too. If the original trilogy, if the second trilogy is as good as the first trilogy, I look forward to it. Perhaps we can hear a version of the events again? That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. Defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well, the witness will take the stand. Mixed bag with higher highs and lower lows. Okay. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Yeah. Not. She's a pirate. Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley. Oh. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like oh really. Yeah, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you're currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. Use a planted card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. This looks like a tender moment. We then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Exposes the cheater on losing on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast out on all his prior wins. 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Yeah, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh, really? Yeah, fuck's sake. The witness would be much cute if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the hand, just like it was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. She did it again. Now she put her hand behind her head. Also kind of sad Iris never returns. That's what I'm saying. She needs some fucking retribution. I feel fucking terrible. My heart broken. My love dashed aside. God damn it. I know fucking Wright and Edgeworth get gayer for each other, but like... It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. Surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. Trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice. With a witness like her, who needs criminals? With a defense like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? I'm instantly gonna go to where she rubs the back of her neck again. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What? What was that just now? I sensed something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? That was kind of spooky for a second there. It's called an erection, Apollo. Miss Orly, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You... Me? Quickfingers Orly? Hide something? Defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. Still used to pixel art, that's fair. What is this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? What's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus. This is so fucking creepy. That twitch, it's so clear. It's like I can perceive her habit like I couldn't before.
Gotcha!
Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says the part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory as she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. I think the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of what this memory to show us. Her habit is scratching her neck when she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. Notice what happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. Reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit. Not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits? They're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moments of the crime. The very moment. Yet. I'm knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please. Now. Ah, fine. Whew. Getting a lot out of my sentence. The cops got here. That's wrong. The way she's in a hurry. That's a good one, newbie. I'll give you the stream for the day. You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is... what? It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. What's that? Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. The evidence that you claim contradicts his testimony. You didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. There's some evidence that contradicts that. Wait, why is there a patch in the back? I hate that I have to press R. I keep wanting to click it. Ms. Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs. They're making you play World Tour. You poor sod, Kyomu. You should throw. Make Gumbo angry. I made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Heck. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Eek. Man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me. Are you some master of cheating you turned out to be? Eek! When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. Must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Oh, congrats on the 5 streak, Marine. Blasted. Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Mr. Orley a big fat liar. What? 3 were in that room the night of the murder, the defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith, and the denouement of that argument was murder. Did I ask Marine how you doing? How you doing, Marine? Oh, my fucking headset died. Do I go and grab the charger? Oh no, I'll just play audio through my TV. Give me a second, guys. Oh, I thought I'd charge this damn thing. Oh, my tracker does not like this. You know what? I will go grab my charge. I'll be right back. Marine, entertain chat. I don't know what you're gonna do, but entertain chat.
my mouse.
Thanks for keeping chat entertained, Marine. Curious as to what the fuck you said. But I appreciate you as a friend, thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm just switching audio. Alright, let's see what you said. Rip headset up, blah blah blah. So the finals and updated rights. I'm so good at entertaining. Hey, sorry, so I got a funny one. So this one time I was cooking bacon, normal things. Pull the thing off the stovetop so I can stack it onto my toast. Handle falls off, pan burns the floor. Mark still there. That's your story. Bacon was delicious. 10 10. Hell yeah. We don't have Cheezels over here. We have Lay's. Lay's and Old Dutch are the two chips, or chippies, I guess. That's what you mean by like. We talk about like potato circles, right? I also got a drink. Cheese and onion, sour cream, and chives. My favorite chips are garden salsa, sour cream and cheddar, and all dressed maybe. I think all dressed is a very Canadian thing. What the fuck is hot chips? What? I'm no killer. This is a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Right? Fries? Oh, okay. The fave chips are salt and pepper, lime and camembert. Lime and camembert? Camembert chips actually sound really good. Such a haste. Yeah, Marine, he's lost his job, apparently, and he also has a daughter, apparently. Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What the heck is a camembert? Relative to brie, like the cheese. B-R-I-E. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person. Ah, this theory again. Your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. Right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. Someone's colorblind time to bully him. You're a hoot and a holler, Marine. He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards in the final game were blue? Didn't Kristoff at the very beginning say that it were blue?
Take that!
As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Kristoff Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How could he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table. But look. You can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It's true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. It was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. Competition? It's a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Oh, okay. Well, Kristoff? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so sudden. What an edgelord. Marine, don't fall for him. He's a bad guy. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. Are you lucky like this? Why am I not shocked? Defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I mean, Edgeworth, of course. I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith, either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was saying silence about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... I'm going to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this. He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Just one, Shirley. I'm trying, Bob. Shut up. How's it going, Bob? Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Sure. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. A two, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Challenge him to rock, paper, scissors. If he loses, he gets the death penalty. Also, Bob, are you all set up for Saturday? Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. I'm afraid to play any game with you, Marine. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. Would be less crime if people died. Jesus. I mean, true. Also really fucking dark. Oh, the testimony theme is, by the way. It is interesting. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. You were at the Borscht Bowl Club in the night of the murder? I dined with him rather frequently. And he talked to defendants on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing a favor when you took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice? Sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial?
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. Nor normal. Only pain. It's most normal trial, I'm getting the whole... Wow, okay. We're enjoying our usual dinner at our usual spot. As usual. Usual? I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was talking. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed. For minutes of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that... 2-hour dinner? That's a long time. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left.
Hold it!
5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Heading to bed? Alright, newbie. Hey. Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Kristoff, Gavin, and Shady Smith may have met. I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting. Here they just passed in the hall. Or if it's a 5-course meal with entertainment. True, Bob, true. All 5 courses are borscht, and the entertainment is a very poorly played piano. That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress.
Hold it!
About this failed trap. Is it the same trap that Miss Olga Orley mentioned? Plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to pull my hand in my pocket and found a card. Card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. 5 of hearts? I had a feeling that something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. But why the 5 of hearts of all cards? Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. Threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice. The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. Battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. I don't see it. It sounds like terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in the investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Okay, if there's suddenly a card there, I'm gonna be fucking shitting bricks. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Discover the trap during the game and dispose of the card in the bottle.
Hold it!
Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming. Oh, so you struck first. I like that. It's a murder weapon swap. That's a good idea. You know, every trick in the book, they don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I'll have to call the police.
Hold it!
Made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. But when you returned, the victim was already... dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. So I made another phone call. The defense attorney, Gavin. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair. I figured Kristoff's law office would give me a friend rate for my defense, my defense fees. Glad to hear you intend to pay. Hey little chick, how's it going? Well, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him now. Yes, sir. How are you? I'm tired. Work has been kicking my dick in half. Like, seriously, I can't catch a fucking break and nobody's there to fucking offer me any help because nobody else knows what to do that I do. Think, what's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with his testimony? He lets me this somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna...
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes? I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. Can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside of that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Welcome back, newbie. Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. Right, decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push them harder, Justice. Break them. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. He's suddenly quite hostile. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? I'm missing something here. Initially, I thought it was something in his pocket, but I'm not seeing squad. Check the murder weapon again. Okay. Oh, congrats on the 3 streak anyways, little chick. That's what I was trying to do. Can't interact with it. I'm not seeing anything different. Wow, the battery's being held in with a piece of tape. You can just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it, or he just doesn't care. Newbie, still kicking around? Am I missing something obvious? I know that's kind of indescript, but like, do I have all the all the testimony? I feel like I'm missing something. Wasn't there only one call made?
Objection!
Fuck. Find the bottle. They call from the police at the first floor of the restaurant. I'm just checking something quickly.
Hold it!
Yeah, no, that's fair, newbie. I don't want spoilers, but I'm just trying to figure out if I'm missing something. We're gonna go back and wait. How could he have? The bottle's not broken. It couldn't have been cut. Oh, okay, I guess I was fucking thinking wrong. Yeah, there's blood on the photo. Not very much.
Objection!
No, not that either. What am I missing? If I just present the bottle again, what happens? Let me double click.
Objection!
Okay. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Name of the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely blank isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out? Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. Won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Did the card just disappear? In case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive Wait. I was hoping to see more on the wine, but let's see if we.
Objection!
Fuck. What am I missing? bottle on statement 3. I thought I already did that one. I did. Dispose the card in the bottle, and I did. But this one has no lid. Would that be something?
Objection!
Fuck me. I'm so fucking lost with this. This picture on his bleeding head? Oh, cause his hat's on. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, yeah, that's a fucking dumb one. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Alright, thank you, though. Alright, Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. Look at this photograph! The victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Hey, Benny. How goes the setup? Good point. Look at this graph. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Procrastinating? Okay. Excuse me. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Hey? You? Put the hat on the dead man's head? You wore it through our entire poker game. They're calling the police when I returned to the scene. His head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. And? I picked up his hat off the floor and put it on his head. Why'd you do such a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. How goes Ace? It goes alright. So Miss Orley didn't see it? It being the victim's, his head? I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Ahem, pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. I gotta undo my sweater. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone? Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. I put the hat on the victim's head. Let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. Reason? Bob, I do not like that emote you put in the fucking group chat. The reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with the defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. Jesus Christ, for fuck's sake. Fucking god damn it, Vimo. All good, Vimo. It just fucking scared the shit out of me. Something like that. Phoenix called Christoph so hard I reached final. The gentleman who challenged you turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. I mean, someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? China pate? Pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. Cop should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Bone china plate? What kind of porcelain? Very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Oh, certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. When I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what went wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right? Order. I will have order. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. I'm prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony. As prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. For which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. I've been going for almost 3 hours, but I don't want to end. The killer is Payne. That's what we need in Ace Attorney 7. Fucking Payne is the final boss. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. Was Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Oh, what? Isn't that Wright's daughter? Well, 30 minutes left, assuming you don't get stuck. Okay. That's a bold assumption, but I appreciate it. What? Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely and the game is yours. That's all. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith said Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. He has 5 aces in all. I was expecting the 5 of hearts. It's true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. It was cheating, I swear to you. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. Your father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. She has a gentle smile. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. And that right there is my favorite character in the second trilogy. The girl? Or will now reconvene. That's Attorney Christoph Gavin. Will you please take the stand? I'm so invested in this fucking case now. Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. Will the witness state his name and occupation? Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Yeah, he's guilty. Immediately saying something's a farce. I think we've seen this before. I think what was his name? The chief of police guy. The one with a really loud laugh. Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Not Gumshoe. Oh yeah, Damon Gant. Gantendorf. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing that we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
What are you doing on... what? Isn't this from the first game? Like this music? This case is even more unnerving once you know where everything leads. Well, now I know where it's leading somewhere. I'm kind of nervous. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing right? Well, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Wait. Is Phoenix gonna be killed? Am I gonna get a second Mia? Oh god, no. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Mr. Oh, sorry. When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. Tased, bonked, and fell off a bridge? True. Actually, Tased is putting it fucking lightly. You would have had to been in there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin? I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window to the hideout. This had been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. Marine, a lot of people should have. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed this was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So, you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you're on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your clients. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them that you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination of the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Can't believe I'm going to go up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. I gotta take my fucking hoodie off. That man, you mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers, his aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. So then you knew the true nature of your client's job? Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see. What happened then?
Hold it!
The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up at the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. Black Marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier just to open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright. Yes, what if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far, everything he's saying makes sense. Must have been right after the murder took place.
Hold it!
How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part of my testimony. Ah, there he is, the coolest defense in the West. We know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. Thanks, Gumbo. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Hilton was dead as he appears in the photo.
Hold it!
By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. That's so... God damn it. It's a good thing that they added history. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand.
Hold it!
Those are the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw, at least. Then we're back to where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
It must have been someone else at the moment of the crime. Justice. I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, this mysterious fourth person. Would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me. What possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you could show us a reason why they're hiding such... Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary. How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card was swapped out. The card that was swapped out was the fifth ace. Fifth ace, right. Well, Mr. Justice? What if it was Old Spice? What if Phoenix should actually just kill that guy? Then this would be a very short game. Question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point out to a reason? I feel like I'm about to get cornered here. It's now or never. Defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace?
Take that!
My reason is, this. Is that an ace? That's what I'm thinking, Marine, but I feel like I don't know if it's... It feels too convenient, if that makes sense. Is that an ace? Why, it's got blood on it. Right next to the spade. What? This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing fifth ace? Inconceivable. How could you... What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are stock and trade after all.
Objection!
No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for? The killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Bro got caught. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo, and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor. A trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Wouldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Objection!
But regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Well, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You want to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been the decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless.
Objection!
Oh, I assure you it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really. A single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? We're picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Oh boy, we're going 3D. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? Becomes the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? So, I'm just trying to think. The body of the victim was found at the poker table. I can give a hint with not yet, newbie, not yet. Let me think this out. Where the killer swapped a card out, there was a sealed card with a drop of blood on it. So the victim is dead, the victim is there. Victim has to be there. With a single drop of blood on it. Because the witness was out cold, couldn't swap out the card. I'm just trying to think. Wait, maybe it was the victim. Because if what we're saying, number 2 is gonna bludgeon him, the victim would have to be like right here. I think. I'm gonna guess victim actually.
Take that!
Wasn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You think that anybody would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him? Ah! Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Paulo, try turning the chair around. The chair was facing the other way? It would have to be. We have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. Mr. Wright returned from informing the police which way was the chair facing. When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. It's so hard the chair swung around. Let's take the next step. Look at this diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Well, whose location in this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? It would have to be the killer then, because the killer couldn't have struck him on the forehead.
Take that!
Victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think that it'd be quite hard, yes. Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game? I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here. Where would his assailant be standing? Looking on the diagram. What? There's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we can find. And the head and the turn. Oh, jeez. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
Take that!
To be standing, well, here. You get points for flair, but that's about all you get. I thought I was onto something there too. I really need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Why do you claim the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ah. It's simple logic, really. This was the only place the killer could have been standing. And that means at the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. Okay. What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation. Right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. You should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Let me try to move the cupboard. Your Honor? What? So one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime. This cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Well, I'll try moving the cupboard. Blocks the window. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been as shown here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my. What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. I feel like there's going to be a hidden doorway there. Here's where we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Huh? Oh dang. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point out the new contradiction indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator is in this diagram?
Take that!
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would be completely covered up the window to the stairs. Oh. That's right, someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you say? Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. As someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order. This is a court of law and I will have order. We just now received word from an investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh, and what did they find? Well, Your Honor, turns out there was a secret passage behind it. What? Fucking called it. Ah, yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that now that he mentions it. A secret passage is handy to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. The room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops. Enjoy a cold bowl of borsch, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where a line of simple deductive reasoning led us up, Spottle? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card. For the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place... Out of curiosity, is that actually blood? Nobody ever thought to test it. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something. On the card. Did I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath and waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. But it doesn't explain Wright's fingerprints. But why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. The killer stepped up from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look, and after the deed was done, the criminal must have been seeing the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. A single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer than in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne. Yark! Yes, Your Honor? Prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Gwark! Believe me when I said I don't believe this happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Good point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked. A person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on somebody else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? Not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. Fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down. Seem to recall this being an issue earlier. I forgot about Yowza. The court, in this case, demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down. That is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor? See how the caught fish squirms to the last? Well, Apollo? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah, just like what? Why would anybody grab a bottle upside down other than to... Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer here. In plain sight. That's what I was thinking, Marine, but I'm not sure. How about you just say the answer in plain words? It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed. Mr. Justice? Mr. Gavin said that the court, in this case, demand an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court? What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? My badge. Isn't as Marine said just to put the either to put the card in or take the card out? Way more simple and plump. Part of me is just thinking this one, because you'd have to like reach down the side and grab it upside down. You know, I'm gonna go for this one. Actually, easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me, on the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up, without getting out of your chair. Ah. See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph. Taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Wow, I can't believe it was that simple. Call her dinner that evening, Kristoff. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. It's funny to me that, like, in any other case, this would be wine, and Phoenix is just a fucking drunkard. Basically, you use the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. He switched bottles. He took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. That would explain the card, too. Order, order, order. What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle? Where's your proof? Proof? Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. Fuck. I need evidence. Shit. And here's one of the bottles in question. What are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be surprised if anywhere on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such an obvious mistake, true. The bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes? Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Just humor me. Mr. Wright. That bottle will probably solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. I fucking... There's something inside the bottle. You didn't roll it up very good. What's this? That card. It can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga Orly? Yes, a little swindling Devochka. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. I lost last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. As I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? Where there was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. Five of Hearts. This is the card. Bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Kristoff Gavin. Broadcast summon lobster. That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. My past is like my logic. Straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I do is point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone? Shut the fuck up. I believe this time we finally come to an end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. It felt too easy. Like, him giving up. I thought there would have been more of a fight. Let's see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he? None that we know of. Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. Not a profession to be sure, that's all we know about him. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Ooh, unanswered questions in an AA game. Ooh. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I did 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. Twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. The defendant, or this court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Get your not guilties in chat. Wait, let me double check to see if it actually still exists. I fucking love that emote. Court is adjourned. One quarter of the game done. Oh boy. It feels like the other 3 quarters are gonna be fucking long. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a dang thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gaff, the killer. Couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? I hope that plays more often. I hated that it was only used once and I didn't get to do anything with it. What was that, Mr. Wright? You'll have to find out the answer to the question to yourself. The answer, right. It was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Oh, wait. You don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture's in your locket. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this off his neck the night he died. It looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. But the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. But that's perjury. You testified. You said the locket was yours. I said no such thing, actually. I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. Excuse me. It's not a distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Apollo? Yes? How about coming to work for me? Hey? You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, but you're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. I fucking knew it was the ace. Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. One piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. But this was the forged evidence.
Take that!
You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us. The court can't accept this into evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? I punched him. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in, if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that," next time. I find it packs a little more punch. You know what? Phoenix Wright is an okay guy. Or wasn't used to proof anything, just to bait Kristoff into meeting the real one exists. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it was ever mentioned that it was blood except for the judge. Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. End. If I press OK, is it going to start the next one? Because I don't want to start the next one yet. I just won't click anything. You know what? Let's see if there's a small VTuber to raid. See if there's anything, anybody playing anything good. I don't know who Danny is. There's a lot of fucking people playing Peak. Holy shit, there's a VTuber playing the finals. I'm just do a quick check to see if there's anything else. Stop at Gumbo. Why am I scrolling through and there's one with VR chat and there's a fucking dog shit looking Sonic OC? Look like they're doing anything. You know what? Might as well drop support anyways. Let me fucking copy. Let me do this manually then. 2 A's. Not guilty raid, because, you know. Anyhow, hope everybody enjoyed the first really long ass stream of this. And hope to see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. Maybe some coding. Anyhow, good night, guys.